From Relay, this is Connected, episode 567. Today's show is brought to you by Steam Clock and Ecamm. My name is Myke Hurley, and I have the pleasure of welcoming a returning Ricky Benchman, Federico Viticci. Ciao, Federico.
Hello, I am back. It's good to be here. And I have returned. We're also joined by Steven. Hey, Steven.
Hey, Federico. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I missed doing the show, but I also enjoyed listening to the show. So that was fun.
We missed you, but we know you need your break, especially with what you've got coming up. How are you feeling? How are you prepared for the final road towards the iOS review?
Yeah. I am feeling great. I was not feeling great before, for a whole bunch of reasons, some of them related to the review itself and iOS 26, and other reasons that are more personal. And I feel like I should say on the show, on that note, take a break every once in a while, especially if you're feeling burnout. You know, I was feeling that. I felt like I ran this long marathon for the past year, and I never really stopped. And it's been a roller coaster of just having to be on all the time, you know, having an opinion about something all the time. The whole thing with AI and generative AI, and then the iPad, and then using AI for some of my work, and then the iPad sort of coming back. I never stopped. Like, I never really switched off. And I reached a point in July when I was like, oh boy, I am feeling really stressed and anxious all the time, and I'm feeling like I don't want to do my work, and that's obviously not good, right? So I really needed to take a break and not look and not think about stuff, not have an opinion about everything for a while. And that sounds maybe silly or obvious, but I highly recommend doing that. Now, I was also feeling pretty down on iOS 26 and doing my review in general this year. I am not feeling like that anymore. In fact, I'm feeling very energized right now. I spent a lot of time sort of thinking what I wanted to do this year for the review. And for a while, I was really unsure about liquid glass, whether I liked it or not. And the fact that it kept changing from beta to beta. And I didn't really have a good sense from third-party developers what they were going to do with liquid glass. And I don't know, maybe I spent too much time on social media, and social media, you know, can be a vector for negative takes and negativity, and then it latches onto you, and then it also clouds your judgment. So also stepping back from that for a while was definitely good for me. That doesn't mean that I'm coming back as a liquid glass fanboy, but I feel like I needed to step back and sort of reassess my feelings and my thoughts from the outside to better understand, like, even just the basic stuff. Like, do I still like using my iPhone? The answer is yes. And obviously, like, the iPad, I mean, my feelings on the iPad never changed. I knew that iPadOS 26 was going to be the thing that was going to carry the review. But coming back from my break, I also feel like it's both iOS and iPadOS 26. Both of them are going to carry this review. Now, it's going to be different from previous years. For the first time in many years, it's not going to have a special layout. That was part of the reason why I was really anxious and stressed. I couldn't find an angle that I wanted from a visual perspective. I didn't know what the review was going to be, and it didn't seem like a good idea to start working on special artwork and find an angle when I just didn't even want to look at the thing. Last month. So the review is going to be special in different ways. It's going to be very in depth. It's going to be following the same style that I've sort of settled on over the past few years. So a mix of obviously the technical details and talking about every single feature as much as possible, while also having my opinion about stuff. It's going to be, even, I think, based on what I've written so far, it's going to be even more of a review than before, like even more opinion than before. That was the reason why taking a break was useful. I was like, I don't want to just list features. I want to have an opinion about them. So it's going to be more of an actual review rather than a walkthrough or a manual, like some people have called it in previous years. There's going to be
things to say.
I do.
Good.
There's gonna be a huge focus on third-party apps. I feel like this is not something that I did when iOS 7 came out, because I was not doing my annual review at the time in 2013. But this time I am doing my annual review, and I don't just want to talk about the design in isolation. I want to talk about the new design as applied to the apps that we use every day. So there's going to be a huge focus on third-party apps, both in the review and on Mac Stories with standalone articles during the month. And so it's going to be special because of that. It's going to be different in tone and in style and scope. I'm thinking of ways to do more for the things that people appreciated about the review in previous years, like being able to more easily find like the hidden details or the small features that maybe you may have missed. And I have some ideas. And I guess the other thing I will say is that this break was useful for me for reassessing the state of my workflow and sort of making decisions about the tools that I was going to use for the review and for the next season of my work. I don't think of my work in calendar years. I think of my work in seasons, and obviously the new season starts in September. My weekly schedule starts in September, and the work season begins, with the Apple season as well. Yeah. And I have settled on a collection of tools and apps and services that I use. And honestly, I haven't felt this good about the stuff that I use, the software that I use, the computers that I use in a long time. I feel like for the past couple of years, maybe, I was stretched between multiple apps and services and constantly trying new things. And I'm always trying new things, right? But I feel like I've settled on a collection of things that I'm doing, apps that I'm using, that are making me really productive and are allowing me to waste less time and write more, and that's great. And
okay.
I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling very good.
I'm happy to hear that. I like it when you enter this period feeling this way rather than feeling not good. Because it's not like it's an easy task, and so you kind of got to go into it with the right mindset.
Yeah. Some of those tools that I want to mention. I haven't used Obsidian in 2 months, which may come as a shock. I am basically almost fully embracing the Notion lifestyle. I have tried them all, and Obsidian, plain text, Apple Notes, Notion. I've tried them all. I have been using just Notion for everything that I do for the past 2 months, and it's been a dream come true, to be fair. I have built so many things with Notion and AI on the side, but also native apps on the other side, and especially drafts. I have been using drafts on iOS and iPadOS a lot. And I have really enjoyed vibe coding just the right amount of stuff that I find ideal for vibe coding projects. Little personal self-contained scripts for drafts to make JavaScript-based actions in the Drafts app on iOS, and quote-unquote vibe coding them with Claude has been really, really nice. And I feel like I guess it's a common thread between Drafts and Notion. They're very different products, but at the core of both of them, there's this idea of it's like Lego for software. Like you can just make your own stuff. And that's exactly what I've been doing with Notion when it comes to databases and views and filters. But also in Drafts, I've been making my own actions, like the kind of stuff that I've always dreamed of being able to have in a native application, right? With native actions that combine native UI elements or stuff like foundation models in iOS 26 even with the Notion API. It's been really, really fun. And the final thing that I will mention, the most recent addition to my workflow, which I was able to finally complete just a couple of days ago. I, at long last, have a system to quickly and reliably search my entire archive of iOS reviews in natural language so that I can find things that I said or features that I covered years ago, because I've been doing this thing for 11 years. And at this point, the details are all sorts of hazy, like remembering whether something came out in iOS 13 or 14, or whether I used a particular sentence 7 years ago or 5 years ago. It can be challenging. And this is made possible now by Claude 4 Sonnet, which has a 1 million context window. My entire archive of iOS reviews from iOS 9 to iOS 18 is just under 1 million tokens. And with Claude 4 and shortcuts, I have been able to build a little shortcut that lets me ask a question in natural language. And in 40 seconds, that's usually how long it takes the shortcut to run, in 40 seconds, finds me an answer. Like, yes, you used this expression when you introduced iOS 13, for example. I've been using this a lot. The alternative in previous years was spending a lot of time on Google search, running MacStories.net specific Google searches, and wasting a whole bunch of time in the process. Now I can just write, issue a quick question on the side, let the script run in the background, and when it finds an answer, I can just put it into the document and I can keep writing, doesn't interrupt me. It's great. Now, it's going to break as soon as I publish my iOS 26 review, because I am going to exceed the 1 million context window, but I'll worry about that when the time comes.
This is just one of those things where you hope that by that time they've extended it.
Maybe.
It's like,
maybe.
There's just hope.
Yeah. So overall, too long didn't read would be needed a break. It's good for your mental health, good for your inspiration, and also good for reassessing your relationship with your computers and the apps you use and the software that you use.
Well, I'm happy and look forward to your output.
Me too.
We got some follow-up. We've been speaking a lot about Myke's use or non-use of the Apple Watch. Mm-hmm. And listener Michael wrote in asking if you had tried the Withings smartwatch. Withings?
So they have like a whole range of smartwatches that do some fitness tracking, some notification stuff and whatever. And their whole thing, and I agree, is that they actually just look like watches, because essentially they are, with these tiny little screens on them. The other part of this is I want to be able to choose different watches, right? Like part of my issue with wearing the Apple Watch all the time is that I don't get to switch up the watch that I'm wearing. And so like this would just be locking me into another watch that, while I think looks more like a real watch, is they're not necessarily in my style, and I'm then just locked back into another watch again, which is not really what I want.
Yeah. I mean, even like G-Shock, my beloved G-Shock watches, there's a step counting version now.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
But again, you're locked into one thing, and I think these are nice if that's what you want. I mean, I had one like when they first came out years ago. I think I reviewed it on 512 like 15 years ago. But yeah, I get it. Maybe not quite what you're looking for, but we move on because other people wrote in about this as well. Derek, I've had an Oura ring for 2 years. I wear it on my ring finger as a wedding band, and it works great. They take it off while lifting weights because it's made of titanium. But Derek then was viciously attacked by 2 other listeners. It's just in the feedback form. They didn't know.
Whoa.
Joel said, instead of trying the Oura ring, which is expensive and they have a subscription, try the Ring Con Gen 2. It's cheaper and they don't require a subscription. And then Matt chimed in. They have been running with the Ultra Human ring purely because it doesn't have a monthly subscription. So people are allergic to subscriptions, as we know. But I looked at these and like they seem fine.
I mean, I get it to a point that
they all
like,
kind of look
these
the same.
Products. Yeah, these products are expensive, and then you pay a subscription.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. I'm not settled on wearing a smart ring, because what I'm not going to do is replace my wedding ring with this, because I like my wedding ring. Like, it's a specific ring. Like, me and Adina have matching wedding rings, and I like that. I'm not going to be like, no, I'm going to wear an Ura ring instead. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but also I've continued to wear the Whoop band. Because something, are you aware of the fact that there was like a bunch of hubbub about Whoop?
Yes, they had a new device.
Yeah,
and people were unhappy about it.
They weren't that, like, they didn't honor some of the things that they'd said about giving new hardware to existing subscribers. Some of the features were gated and that kind of stuff. One of the results of this whole thing that I didn't know about until I looked in the app a couple of days ago is one of the features that I was interested in is that they now like calculate your like Whoop age based on the information that they have about you, of like what is your health age, like your body age. It's got a better name than this. Health span, they call it. And I'm very happy to announce that I am 0.2 years younger in health than age. So congratulations to me. When I opened this feature, I was terrified it was going to think I was like 45, or like as old as Steven or something, which would have been like really bad. But I'm younger. My body is younger by the metrics that it counts. Like I actually think I kind of like Whoop, and what I'm considering doing, which is somebody wrote in about this, but I didn't catch it. I didn't write their name down. Whoop has a bunch of like different ways that you can wear the Whoop on your body, and like one of the ones that people wear them is around a bicep band. I might do that so it like gets the Whoop band off. They also make Whoop underwear, which is like, I don't know who's doing that, but they do that.
Do they make a heart rate chest strap you could use?
I think they probably do.
Yeah, I think Federico's got one you could have.
My heart rate monitor broke. It was old. It was old. It was really old. I got it pre-loved, and it was very old. Very old. So I don't know. I actually think I'm a little bit allergic to the rings. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
But you know what? Let me tell you, I continue to love wearing my my watch collection. I'm very happy. It makes me very happy to just wear those. I like them. I love my watches, and I'm happy to be able to choose and to wear them. So I'm liking that. We'll see how we go, right? I realize that this is my thing. Like, I think we all have things that we do. Like, Steven deletes his social media every year and a half.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And
Can't wait.
It comes back. I think my thing is, in history, I have done this multiple times where I just stop wearing the Apple Watch for a period of time. And maybe I'm in one of those phases now, or maybe it's longer. I don't know. But all I know is right now, I don't want to wear the Apple Watch, and I'm happier that way, I think.
Okay. That's totally fair.
Mm-hmm.
Not Mark Gurman is back.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to give this a dramatic reading.
Please.
So, Jim could drop some dramatic music.
Well, or he could reverb you or something. He's good at that.
Yeah, like you're an oracle or something.
Yeah.
I'm just putting in the notes, add epicness.
Do what you like. Do what you want.
Yeah.
It makes you sound really small.
iPhone, fold. Okay. Not Mark Gurman. Quote.
iPhone, fold, inner and outer screens, Touch ID, fall 2026.
Those are all separate sentences. The rest of this is one sentence.
Considerable possibility of disappointing product caused by executives forcing schedules in order for Apple to not appear it's falling behind competition.
So the real Mark Gurman had a report which is similar to this. I don't know when this came in, if it was before or after that report, but that it would be an in and out screen, like the Galaxy Z Fold. It would have Touch ID, which I think is ridiculous, and that they'd be aiming for fall 2026. The second part is interesting to me. Again, like, this feels like, is this person, if this is someone who actually knows something, are they annoyed? It sounds like they're annoyed, right?
It does.
So like, always wondering the source, like what's going on there with this person? Why are they so mad? But it's an interesting point, right? Like if they felt like they needed to be aggressive, is it like, and executives are pushed on that? Will it be a worse product? We'll find out.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, y'all spoke a lot about that on Upgrade, and I agree with you. It should have Face ID.
I think that could actually be part of this thing, right? Of like it being a worse product because it's been pushed. Like they've not been able to spend the time to develop a way to get Face ID to work on a product like this.
Maybe.
And that's why they're going to Touch ID, because it's just like the easiest way out. And like, are there going to be other concessions like that in this product? Like there is actually one more, which Mark Gurman mentions, is there will only be 2 cameras on the back of this device, right? So that's another concession, right? So like, but these are, sorry, I'm monologuing now. These are similar ways in which the Samsung devices have been in the past, where the folding phones, they lack in some way compared to the standard phone. Like the cameras were never as good. The processors were sometimes not as good. Obviously, the battery life wasn't as good. Like there have always been these things because this technology is more complicated and newer. So, there you go.
Yeah, I am so excited about this product, and to the point where I understand there's going to be limitations. I don't care about those limitations, but it all comes down to the software, right? What happens when I open this device? Is Apple really going to do an iPadOS style multitasking inside? Probably not. I mean, they are doing windowing on the iPad mini with iPadOS 26. It's not great, but it's also surprisingly decent, which is also something that I want to cover in my review. But here's an idea. Are split view and slide over gone from iPadOS 26 because they're making a comeback on this product? That's a thought I keep having.
I think it is most likely that this product would not be running iPadOS when you open it, right? That it will be running iOS, and that what you get is you can have a full screen app, which, size glasses and all that stuff, or 2 iPhone apps.
Yeah, well, it was basically the old system.
Yeah.
But sort of relaunching as iOS Plus or whatever. Like iOS on this device.
Absolutely not what I want to happen, right? But what I think might happen.
Yeah.
Because what should happen is you open that up and now you're in iPadOS. Like this iPadOS is just sitting inside of there, just waiting for you. That's what should happen.
Right. Yeah.
I have huge news.
Wow. Okay.
It's September. You know what September is?
It's not.
It's basically September.
It really isn't. That's the problem.
September started today because today is the start of our annual campaign for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It is here.
Let's go.
stjude.org/relay. This has been live for like 2 hours and we're already $12,000 in. So awesome. Let's go. So maybe you're new around here and you're not sure what I'm yelling about. Well, which is understandable. Let me tell you. So September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and it's an opportunity for all of us to come together in the fight against childhood cancer. Against is really important. We're not for childhood cancer. We're against it.
Yep. Any podcast that is for it, you shouldn't be listening to.
Yeah, unsubscribe.
Yeah.
And for the 7th year in a row, the Relay community is rallying to support St. Jude. St. Jude opened back in 1962. I was just a young man then. And back then, childhood cancer was largely considered to be incurable. But today, thanks in part to better therapies St. Jude has helped to develop, more than 80% of U.S. childhood cancer patients survive. And this is where I come in. My oldest son, Josiah, is one of those 80%. When he was just 6 months old, he was diagnosed with brain cancer, and we were at St. Jude, and they saved his life. And they saved his life without billing me anything, because St. Jude cares for some of the world's sickest children, regardless of their race, ethnicity, beliefs, or ability to pay. That's only possible because people like us go to websites like stjude.org/relay and donate and sign up to fundraise. But what it means is that families can focus on their kids. Patients receive the customized care they need to treat their childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases, no matter what barriers they face, again, at no cost to families. It is incredible. And since 2019, the Relay community has raised over $4 million for St. Jude. I mean, just, it's totally awesome what we've been able to do as a community.
Yep.
And we're asking you to show up again. So please go to stjude.org/relay. There's lots of information on that page. You can donate. You can set up your own fundraiser. There's donor advised giving. There's employee matching. Lots of stuff. We're going to talk about that all through the month of September. But go there now because we want to help give these families more tomorrows. So please go stjude.org/relay.
I will start off by talking about some of the things that people can get if they donate themselves, right? So as you said, we're going to be talking throughout the month about different ways that you can get involved. Like, go to the page, take a look through. You can sign up and become a community fundraiser of your own and encourage people in your own community, your workplace, your school, whatever, to donate on your behalf, which is amazing. And there's different what do we call them? Do we call them incentives, gifts? What is the word? There's probably a legal word that I'm supposed to say that I'm not saying.
Donation incentives.
There you go. So that are available. But for you, if you donate, if you make an individual gift of $60 or more, you will be eligible to redeem a digital bundle of campaign-themed wallpapers and an incredible screensaver. You can get a flavor of what the imagery is this year by going to stjude.org/relay. We're continuing the epic work. Thank you to Jelly and James Thompson and everyone that's involved in putting that together. Donors who make a gift of $100 or more can redeem the 2025 sticker pack, which features 6 all-new host stickers and a bunch of other fun stickers. Go to stjude.org/relay where you can make a donation today. Help give them more tomorrows. That is at stjude.org/relay to donate or start your own fundraiser today. We're going to be talking about this a lot over the next few months. We've got the podcastathon coming on when, Stephen?
The podcastathon is Friday, September 19th, running from 12 noon to 12 midnight Eastern. That'll be on the Relay YouTube channel.
Biggest ever. It's going to be truly unbelievable.
Massive.
I'm so excited. The set is going to look so sick. We've got tons going on, and we really want you to be on board with us. Let's, bigger, better than ever, always. stjude.org/relay.
Let's go. This episode of Connected is brought to you by our friends at Steam Clock. Steam Clock software is a design and development studio that ships great mobile apps. They work with growing tech companies to level up their customer-facing experiences on both iOS and Android. Often, Steam Clock's clients know they need a great mobile app to grow their business, but they don't have the capacity to build one themselves. Or if they take the first crack at a problem, they wind up with an app that's kind of janky. But what all of Steam Clock's clients have in common, though, is that they care about great customer experiences. While Steam Clock can build apps using React Native and other cross-platform tools, they have deep expertise with building excellent native apps in Swift and Kotlin. They're also great at helping companies weigh the trade-offs of these different approaches. So if this sounds like you, if your business is growing and you want your customers to have a great app experience, visit steamclock.com/connected to get in touch. That's steamclock.com/connected to get in touch with them to see how they can help your business. Our thanks to Steam Clock for their support of the show and all of Relay.
It's the most busiest time of the year. The iPhone event has been announced for September 9th. It is going to be ore-dropping, apparently, is the little tagline for this event. I was talking to Jason Snell last night. We were texting because, he was like, did you get the draft document set up? And da-da-da-da-da. And we were talking about how, it is this time of year stressful, right? A lot going on. And what I said to him was, we know it's going to start. We know it's going to be this way. But then it just, happens. And then it's like, oh, no, it's happening. We know it's going to happen. But when it comes, it's intense, right? So we've got St. Jude, we've got iPhones, we've got iOS, and then all of the stuff that comes from it. But I'm excited. I'm always excited for the iPhones, and it is the announcement came when we thought it was, and the events when we thought it was. Does anybody have any thoughts at all about any of the iPhone event stuff, other than the fact of like, yes, it's happening, it's going on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do have thoughts, but not about the iPhone.
Okay.
No, actually, I do. I do have. So we're all I have thoughts about everything. It's just pent up thoughts, energy going on. Okay, so I know that I will be jealous of the iPhone 17 Air, but I also know that I will want a 17 Pro Max. So I will try and quench that curiosity by going to the Apple Store and just trying the iPhone 17 Air there. Second thought, I am very happy with the fact that I was able to resist my temptation of upgrading my really old Apple Watch Ultra 1. I stuck to that original model. I am so in for an upgrade to this old Apple Watch and the battery that doesn't last anything anymore. So whatever Apple's going to do with the Ultra 3, I am in, because I want to get rid of this older one. And actually, this older Apple Watch Ultra, a few weeks ago when I was on break, I finally received in the mail the Tiny Pod enclosure. Do you guys remember?
God, yes.
I finally received it. So I don't think I will sell the Apple Watch Ultra 1. I think I will put it inside the Tiny Pod and see what it's like. Gonna be fun. And my third and final thought is that I also know I am going to be jealous of the new features in the AirPods Pro 3, especially if they are doing new audio chip, better audio processing, and maybe even heart rate monitoring and in-ear temperature sensing. I truly, truly love my AirPods 4, but I know it's going to take a lot of energy to resist going back to the AirPods Pro 3. So that's something that is on my mind right now.
Okay. I'm excited about it. I think I will give into the temptation of the iPhone Air, unless the orange iPhone Pro is really good in orange. If the orange is good,
The orange
is good, it will pull me in. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, new iPhones are always good. I'm in the same boat as Federico is with the Apple Watch on the original Ultra. New AirPods would be awesome. So yeah, I'm pumped.
I'm excited because it feels like it's a year of a lot of iPhone stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like unknowns still, and even the things that we think we know, the way that they're going to talk about that and how these phones are all going to stack up against each other is like fascinating. Like, there's a lot of things I presume, right? Like I presume that the iPhone Air from a price perspective sits where the Plus does, but like maybe it doesn't, like maybe it goes like iPhone Pro, iPhone Air, iPhone Pro Max in price, like, and that will be interesting. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Oh no!
Oh no!
What was that? Oh my God!
Oh, no.
Oh my God, that topic, I put a placeholder topic at the end of the show. It's happening right now. Welcome back to the Quizzies, the quiz show within a podcast where I, Myke Hurley, quiz my connected co-hosts randomly and by surprise on a variety of varying subjects. So far in 2025, Stephen is at 250 points and Federico is at 175 points. We're going to play a returning game today. It's called Guess That Tagline.
Oh my God. No, Steven is going to destroy me.
I don't know.
But it isn't like Guess That Tagline before. I'm calling it Guess That Tagline, but it is essentially a selection of trivia about iPhone events, or maybe better to say September events.
Oh my God.
There are 10 questions in today's game. There are 10 points available per correct answer. The accumulated points for today's game will affect the Myke versus Stephen podcast-a-thon competition.
Yes.
So for the last few years, during all of September, and mostly during the podcast-a-thon, Stephen and I have been competing against each other to be Relay FM co-founder champion. That's what the belt says. Doesn't matter what the company's called. I am currently the belt holder. because I obliterated and dominated Stephen in the podcastathon last year.
Well,
But the point scoring begins now. Federico, you will be accumulating points from me. All right, so play well,
Okay.
please.
Okay, I will try. Can we do any collusion for this?
Possibly, we'll see how it goes.
Okay,
I'm actually my immediate my immediate conclusion is this: as the current loser, Federico will get the opportunity as to whether he will answer first or second in the first round, and then it will kind of like I go backwards and forwards after that. It's not a huge.
I guess my question was, Myke, are you DTC? Are you down to collude?
Down to collude. I'm Federico with you. I am always DTC. All right? I'm always DTC. So, Federico, do you want to go first or second in the first round?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not huge. It's not huge.
First.
You want to go first in the first round?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Question number 1. Which September event had the tagline, "Let's talk iPhone"?
ooh.
Could be anything.
This is multiple choice, by the way. I should have mentioned that.
That was a tagline?
Yeah,
Let's talk iPhone.
I should also say I got a slight error here. This is a combination of iPhone/September events. Sometimes
Okay.
it wasn't that. All right.
Oh, so this one, was it an iPhone event or was it a September event? You cannot say.
I can't say.
Okay.
Okay. So you have Let's Talk iPhone. Was it A, the iPhone 4S? B,
Wait, it's
the
multiple
iPhone...
choice? Come on.
Oh
This
my
one
God.
is. They're not all multiple choice. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Right? Which event tagline was Let's Talk iPhone? Is it A, iPhone 4S, B, iPhone 3G, C, iPhone, or D, iPhone 10s?
Well, the 3 is just iPhone, like the first one?
A, iPhone 4S,
Okay.
B, iPhone 3G, C, iPhone, like the original iPhone,
Oh my God. Okay.
D, iPhone 10s.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the. No. The one I can remember. 10S.
Okay. Steven?
I'm going to say the 4S.
Steven gets 10 points.
Ah.
I don't know why.
Siri,
Let's
iPhone
talk
4S, talk to
iPhone.
the phone.
Okay. I see. I gotta put
Nice.
myself in that mindset. Okay.
Maybe. They're not always like that, right? They're not always like that. So, Stephen, you'll be answering first. True or false? The tagline, "See you on the 7th," was used for the iPhone 7 launch.
See you on the 7th. I'm going to
Was it used
say...
for the iPhone 7 launch?
Correct.
By launch, you mean the keynote?
Yeah.
The intro. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to... that's pretty cheesy. I'm going to say true.
Okay, Federico?
Yeah, true.
Okay, it's 10 points for both of you. That was the event invite. See you on the
Okay.
7th.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely. Like I knew that it was real. But yeah, okay.
Multiple choice now.
Ooh.
Quote, "Wish we could say more" was the tagline for which iPhone event? Was it A, iPhone 5, B, iPhone 5S, C, iPhone 6, or D, iPhone 10? Wish we could say more.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Wish we could say more.
iPhone 5, 5S, 6, or 10?
10.
Okay. Steven?
Can you run those by me one more time?
Yep. iPhone 5, iPhone 5S, iPhone 6, or iPhone 10?
I kind of also think 10,
Okay.
but I'm not locking in yet.
Whoa.
But I kind of...
is asking the AI about it.
I'm asking... Yo,
It's thinking.
Claude.
Reasoning model happening.
I'm waiting. It's thinking... yeah, I'm going to say 10.
You're both incorrect. This was the tagline for the iPhone 6.
Well,
Hmm.
okay.
I guess
Okay.
more was maybe, if we're going to try and post-rationalize it, was bigger phone? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they're always.
No, there's not always like
Yep.
reasons.
All right, this is a multiple choice round, but it's kind of different. All right, so What of these was debuted at an event that had the tagline, "It's only rock and roll, but we like it"?
What?
Right? The tagline for this event was, "It's only rock and roll, but we like it." Was it A, ringtones for the iPhone, B, the Motorola Rocker, C, the 3rd gen iPod Nano, or D, the 1st gen iPod Touch?
I have no idea.
It's
Absolutely
only
no
rock
idea.
and roll, but we like it. Steven, you're answering first.
Ugh.
Thank God.
That's-
Steven is answering first.
I am gonna say. Well, one more time.
Yep. Ringtones for iPhone,
Okay.
the Motorola Rocker, iPod Nano 3rd gen, iPod Touch 1st gen. It's only rock and roll, but we like it.
I'm gonna say the Nano.
Okay. Federico?
You know, I thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also going to say the Nano.
Oh, you're killing me. This was ringtones for iPhone.
Ugh.
This event was in 2009.
Wow.
3GS had debuted at WWDC that year, so it wasn't the iPhone. This is an iPod event. It also featured the debut of iTunes LP.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do.
That was
remember
when
that.
it was like you had this like visual experience. You could look at lyrics and like special features, and it was like you were looking through like the liner notes.
Yeah,
I had a Muse album,
and it's
that
just
did this.
gone.
I think they demoed it with Grateful Dead or something.
That tracks. I'm gonna put a link to iTunes LP in the show notes. People go check out that Wikipedia page.
Yep. It's basically special features for music, and it was all digital.
It lasted 9 years.
It was just one of those things that, like, I think by lasting was just iTunes continued to support it until
Right,
then. Like,
yeah,
I don't
no
think
one was
people were
working
still
on it.
releasing them. All right, Federico, you're answering first. This is another
Okay.
multiple choice round.
Okay.
High speed, that's HI, speed,
Yeah.
was the tagline for which iPhone? Was it the iPhone 7, the iPhone XS, the iPhone 11, or the iPhone 12?
Can you run the options again?
I sure can. This is for high speed. Was that the iPhone 7, 10s, 11, or 12?
10S.
Okay.
I'm confident that I'm right. It was the 12, and I remember this because it's the keynote where they said 5G 400 times.
Steven's correct. It was the iPhone 12 in 2020. That brings the score so far to Federico on 10 points, Steven on 30 points. I may, in fact, be DTC in the back half. Yeah. We'll have to see. We're going to have to see because this is going real bad for me. All right. We're on a multiple choice round, but it's a different kind of question again. So, during which iPhone keynote did Apple's demo famously fail when the Wi-Fi would not work? Steve Jobs had to ask the audience of journalists to, quote, "Please turn off your Wi-Fi devices."
Mm-hmm.
Was this the iPhone 3G, the iPhone 4, the iPhone 4S, or the iPhone 3GS? Steven, you're answering first.
It was the iPhone 4.
Okay.
It was the iPhone 4.
It was, in fact, the iPhone 4. That's 10
FaceTime.
points above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FaceTime.
Also remember.
Was
remember
that
the
the demo
Yeah.
that he was trying to do?
Yeah.
FaceTime? Because at this point, this was when people were having to connect via MiFi devices. I think they
Right.
were
The
called, right?
hotspots, yeah.
Because at this point, I don't know if they weren't streaming the events, right? Consistently. And I think this was one where, there were too many live bloggers. That was the problem. I think not too long after that, maybe a year or two after that, they started streaming them. That was going to be a question that I wanted to do today, but I could not find a concrete answer to which was the first iPhone event that
Yeah.
Apple streamed on their own.
Yeah, I don't know. I know an early one. Hopefully, I'm not ruining a future question. I know an early one was the iPhone 6 and the Apple Watch because remember it had another language dubbed in.
Yeah, I don't think that was that early. I think the problem was they did it at a different place for that one.
Oh yeah, that was at the college where the original Macintosh was announced.
Mm-hmm. Question number whatever.
Something.
Which iPhone
No.
which iPhone was the first keynote held at the Steve Jobs Theater? Was it for the iPhone 6S, 7, 10, or 10s? Federico, you're answering first. So which iPhone was at the first time that they were at Steve Jobs Theater, which one did they announce? Was it 6S, 7, 10, or 10s?
Okay, so it's too early for the 6S. What is it? The 7, the 10, and the 10s?
6S, 7, 10, 10s.
When was Apple Park opened?
Zoe in the Discord says it was in 2010, the iPhone event in 2010. So it would have been the iPhone 4 event. That doesn't seem correct.
No,
I don't
that's
know.
no
maybe
way that's
maybe
right.
it was. Maybe this was just maybe this was part of the reason. I don't know.
So,
But
okay,
yeah.
just give me a second to count. Okay, so
Something I did this time, from learning from last time, is I put no dates in these questions,
Yeah.
so you couldn't
hold
do
on,
too
hold
much
on.
counting back.
Give me a sec. So
No, you
we
can do
are-
it if you think you know it, but it was
we
more
are
that
in
like
2025.
when we did it last time, I realized it was too easy, and the two of you just spent like 10 minutes just
2024.
counting on your fingers.
The 16, 2023 was my WWDC comeback, and it was the 15.
Comeback, my WWDC
2022.
comeback. It just said.
Yes. 2022 was when WWDC, so 2021.
I'm ready with my answer.
13. 2020 was the 12th. Okay. Give me the options again.
Oh my god. Okay, so last time the options are iPhone 6s, iPhone 7, iPhone 10, iPhone 10s.
The 10s.
Okay, Steven?
The 10.
Federico, it was way too much counting to get the answer wrong. It was the iPhone 10. In 2017, Apple said, "Let's meet at our place."
That's a good tagline.
I hate
Yeah.
this game so much.
Okay.
I really do.
Did you hate it when you won last year?
I hate it when it's about remembering the kind of things that
Yeah.
Steven is good at remembering.
I really do try to pick things that I think
Let's
he can't
do
remember.
a game
but-
about
but
iPad
it-
OS and iOS, and I'm gonna destroy everybody. You know.
I will bear that in mind.
So the
Hmm.
next time you want to collude,
That sounds like DTC right there.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, if that's the thing, because I can build a game like that, and then I guess we can see what happens. You know? I'm taking a look back through my previous games here. Okay. Federico has done pretty well whenever there's been iPad stuff. But anyway, that's not what we're doing today. Next question. Aside from the iPhone 6, what was the other major hardware announced alongside it? Steven, you're up.
Wait, did you say the iPhone 6?
Aside from the iPhone 6, what was the other major hardware announced alongside it in an event?
Oh,
So
the
it
Apple
was
Watch.
One. Okay.
Yeah.
Federico?
Yeah, it was the Apple Watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
2014.
Stephen
yeah.
absolutely spoiled this question.
Earlier, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. This event is infamous for a free gift given at the end. What was that gift, Federico?
Oh, the U2 album.
Steven?
Yeah. We got two gifts. We got the album and the finger touch.
That's true. So you both get the points for that one. I will let you know, I watched this today.
Oh, is it as bad as we remember?
So much worse. You forget the scale at which they clearly had never spoken about this before they went on stage.
Mm.
There was zero conversation between Bono and Tim Cook about how this was going to go, because they're just shucking and jiving, the two of them. It's complete improv. It's so bad. If anybody wants to tell me they had a conversation, I would prefer to believe they didn't. Because if this was planned in any way, I don't know what they were doing. We go into the final question here.
Okay.
Steven is on 70 points. Federico is on 40 points. I'm going to make this interesting.
Winner takes all. Okay. No.
Wait, winner of what? This question?
Of this one, yes.
Okay. I'm not going to make it that interesting. So this is the original question. All right. And then I'm going to tell you how I'm going to make it
No.
interesting.
Let's make it interesting.
No, I'm going to make it interesting. Okay.
No, I
What
was
do you
gonna
wanna
say.
do?
I was gonna say let's put 100 points on the line.
Okay. So this question is for 100 points.
Okay.
All right, great. This, for some reason, I don't know why Federico's doing this. This question is for 100 points. I think, Federico, you are going first on this one.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Don't know how I feel
It's
about
you
that.
suffering in the podcastathon anyway, not me.
Okay. In 2020, why am I agreeing to this? I don't think I should agree to this.
It's
I
the
don't think-
spice. It's the passion.
All right, I'm agreeing to this.
Okay.
In 2020, Apple delayed the iPhone event to October, but they announced 4 products in a September event. I want you to name 2 of them.
Ooh.
So we are right in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah, this is the pandemic so bad the iPhone cannot come out,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So the iPhones were pushed to October.
Yeah.
They didn't say this, obviously, but I think the rumors were very strong. They didn't need to say this. I think it was pretty clear it wasn't happening. But they had another event in September where they announced some other products.
Okay.
There were 4. There are 4 products that you can pick from. You can name. I just need 2 of them.
Hmm.
Federico, you're first.
Do you need the model names?
I will clarify. I will. If I want a model name, I'll ask you to give me it,
There was an Apple Watch.
and I want that model.
Oh, okay. So
He's got his fingers out again.
Yo, Gemini.
what year is it? We are in 2025.
Yeah.
That one's actually gettable with math, I think.
The Series 6
Okay.
and
Ooh.
there was September 2020.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was an iPad
Which iPad?
Pro.
Okay. Steven?
I'm going to say Apple Watch Series 6. And I'm going to say I don't think it was the iPad Pro. I think it was the iPad Air. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say iPad Air and Apple Watch Series 6.
I will never financially recover from this. I was looking for either the Apple Watch Series 6, the Apple Watch SE, the iPad Air, or the iPad.
Okay.
That is 100 points to Steven.
Oh my
Federico,
God.
man. Were you DTC with Steven? What is
Oh
going
my
on?
God.
That is
That's
170 points to 40.
Okay. I will
Yeah, well-
update the scoreboard
Yep.
with that.
Yeah, now this
Steven,
is-
currently in 2025, you have 420 points.
Blaze it.
Indeed. So that's starting me off rough. If I'm not going to lie, that's starting me off rough. Hopefully we can
Yeah,
play for
the-
some points on upgrade and I can try and
Yeah.
save myself.
Yeah.
that'll teach you to do event tagline quizzes.
Hey, can I
Yeah, I
get
guess.
I'll tell you what. I will bet 50 of my points
Okay.
Okay.
that
He doesn't care what it's on.
I'm going to bet 50 of my
points.
points that September event also included Apple Fitness Plus.
Who are you betting them with?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of bet?
I mean,
is
why
that?
would I? Why would I?
Am I,
just
if I'm
Googled
right,
it.
my points stay the same, but if I'm wrong, you get 50 points of mine.
No, but I know I know the answer for this. So why would I give you?
Well,
that bet?
Federico has to guess. Federico has to.
Yeah, but
take
no.
the bet on that.
Federico can't just like willy nilly bet my
No, he
points.
can't.
now.
He can't lose any points. He can only gain.
No, I mean,
points
but
if
you know that it was that event, you say, oh, you want to bet that was also Fitness Plus? I mean,
But
Yeah,
I can't lose
if
any
you
points.
win, if I say yes to this and you're correct, that's another 50 points. Why would I want you to do that?
It's a one-sided bet. If I'm
Oh,
wrong,
okay.
you get 50 points. If I'm right, nothing changes.
but it's coming from you. Why would you propose a bet that you know you're willing?
I don't know, I'm just
I'll tell you what.
trying
I'll
to
tell you what, I'll
passion
tell
it
you what.
up.
Why don't we do it? But Stephen, you've got to tell me 2 things that happened at that event.
Okay.
So
Two things
Federico, that's the bet.
Two things you didn't mention.
What's in it for me?
You get 50 points or you don't. Like
Okay.
it's kind of you
All
might
right,
as well just go for it.
I gotta do nothing.
Really,
Okay.
this is a flex if I can remember. So Fitness
Yeah.
Plus and got it. Fitness Plus and Apple One. Apple One was the same time as Fitness Plus.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So,
So
nothing changes.
good-
I just
good-
am showing
good
off.
flex. Yeah, that was a good flex. Fitness Plus and
Weird
Apple
flex,
One
but
were
okay.
announced that day.
Okay.
I think, Federico, this has been an enlightening experience. I think this kind of trivia I just can't do anymore.
That's a shame. No, that's
Mm-hmm.
not true. You can do it forever.
I've really tried. And like I really tried. I gotta think different about this kind of stuff. I might have to go back to asking the passionate ones. But anyway, thank you for playing this edition of the Quizzies. Federico and I, we were DTL, and that was down to lose.
Yeah. I was obliterated by Steven.
We
So,
both were, if you think about it. So
Yeah, now what's
Really
gonna
sad.
happen to you again? Like you're gonna be at a huge disadvantage?
I mean, currently I'm at a huge disadvantage going into the podcast-a-thon. Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean? Are you gonna be physically punished
Yeah.
by Steven? Like
Well,
what's
I will lose the ability to call myself the co-founder champion.
And there's
Okay.
a wrestling belt that the winner gets to
Yeah.
wear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think you will be able to recover
Yes.
the points somehow?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, I absolutely think that I'll be able to recover the points.
Collusion.
Okay.
I don't think that will be hard for me because I'm really good. So
Yeah.
I beat him really, really well last year. So
Yeah, I mean you're in good shape. Steven is old
I'm not.
and frail.
I'm in terrible shape.
No, you are. No, you are.
I'm in terrible
shape.
shape right now. That's
Yeah.
called having a 6-month-old. I'm in terrible shape, but I can get in shape.
Mm.
You know, We'll
Mike, I think
see.
you should do some back exercises right before the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try. We'll see what happens.
This episode of Connected is brought to you by Ecamm. If you're looking to get into video and the Mac is where you do your work, you need Ecamm because it is the leading video production and live streaming studio built for Mac OS. I'm a Mac user. I want my Mac apps to work and feel like Mac apps, and Ecamm Live does. It integrates deeply with a bunch of resources across the ecosystem. So if you have other video clips, graphics, multiple cameras, lower thirds, all of that is really easy to manage in Ecamm. They even have this cool live camera switcher so you can direct the show in real time. Another great thing about Ecamm is that you can bring an interview guest and use green screens. This is really cool. It's not just video that you're doing locally. It can be a collaboration tool as well. Ecamm Live does it all. Their members are marketing professionals, podcasters, musicians, church leaders, bloggers, and content creators of all kinds. If you're on the pro level plan, you can enjoy Ecamm for Zoom. Automatically send Ecamm Live's audio and video output into a Zoom meeting, webinar, or event, and add up to 8 Zoom participants as camera sources in your broadcast or recording. Plus, you can automatically create individual participant audio video recordings and add Zoom chat messages to your broadcast or recording as text overlays. You can get 1 month for free today. Go to ecamm.com/connected and use the code CONNECTED. That's 1 month free of Ecamm Live at Ecamm, ECAMM, ecamm.com/connected. Our thanks to Ecamm for their support of the show and all of Relay. I'm here to help the youth. I'm in tune with the youth. I know what they need.
Mm-hmm.
And
This,
we had a
this sounds
listener.
so creepy. Okay.
yeah, no, I didn't start that super well. I will admit in hindsight.
Yeah.
Kind of
yeah.
weird. The
What
youth
is
know,
the tune of the youth, Stephen?
huh?
What's the tune of the youth? You said you're in tune with them. What is that tune?
Well, right now it's Taylor Swift's Engagement.
Is that a tune?
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's so high school.
I don't know what that means, but
It's
I like
a Taylor
it.
Swift song. A listener, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was so excited when Stephen started this segment because I knew he was going to have to end up walking into saying a name that he wasn't convinced that he could pronounce, and here we are.
Sandcup
Yep.
wrote
Yep,
in.
crushing it.
I'm a high school senior in Texas. our government has passed a new law that bans wireless communication devices in school. Tennessee did that too. You're not supposed to have your phone in class. They go on. The good news is iPods are allowed. I've made sure. I've always wanted one, but this gives me an excuse and I need a recommendation. I kind of want to click wheel on a screen, but I'm not attached to that. But I have a big library, but not all my music needs to go on it. Which one should I get? This is a great question. Lots of states are doing this. Like I said, Tennessee is one of them. And I think you should find a 5.5 generation. So there's two 5th generation iPods. It's really confusing. The first one had smaller drives, but lacked the feature where you unplug the headphones and it paused. And the 5.5 added that feature.
How would you know?
The model number, I think, is probably different. Or classic, but the classics go for kind of big money still.
Also, the 5th gen looks better than the classic.
The 5th gen does look better than the classic. And what's great about it, there's lots of parts for these. And so, Myke, you and I rebuilt one a few years ago.
Yep.
You can, and it's really not hard to work on. Like, there's lots of videos, just take your time and be careful. You can replace the hard drive with like a CF card or a SD card. You can put batteries in them. There's companies that make cases or like different enclosures. Like Myke, I think yours is clear, right?
Yeah.
So you can really customize it to what you want. So I think that's the way to go. Like a late 5th gen iPod,
which I love. I have one. I bought all the parts on eBay. Like I bought the 5th gen iPod. I bought a replacement screen. I bought the flash card so we could put as much storage as I wanted in it. And then we built that together. And then I separately, another year, we streamed this, but I don't think we have a video on demand for that when I was looking for it today. With great difficulty because we had some issues with some of the parts. Do you remember? But it shouldn't be that hard, but it was for me. I replaced it to a clear front and it just looks so good. So I agree with you that is a great candidate. What I wanted to suggest is like, it's quite noticeable as a product, right?
It's big.
And like, I don't know what schools are like these days, but when I was a kid, you weren't like supposed to be listening to music in class.
Sure.
Right? That wasn't like a thing you were supposed to be doing. And so I used to do it by like running a headphone cable up the sleeve of my sweatshirt and would have it in my hand and could listen to music that way, like
I can relate. I used to do the exact same thing.
And I was at my coolest when I had a mini disc player, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
I had a mini disc player. That thing rocked. So all this to say is an iPod, 5th gen iPod, it's not a small device. So I wondered if maybe like a little guy might be better, like a Nano or a Shuffle. Like that might be fun too. You could hide it a bit more.
Yeah.
Especially, and maybe, I don't know, can you do to Nanos what you can do to these ones? Can you take them apart and put like flashcards in them and stuff?
I know.
Or is that like...
I know the iPod Mini you can, which I didn't even think about. That may be a good middle ground. I don't know about the Nanos though. I just have never tried to open one. I would imagine it's harder just because they're smaller. Yeah,
I would imagine it's harder too. The iPod, like the standard iPod, is quite surprisingly easy to take apart.
It really
and
is.
There's a lot of kits for it, right? She said like the iFixit stuff. They can also give you all of the stuff that you would need to be able to take it apart. Like you can buy like a whole kit, which I did. So there are a bunch of options. The iPod, the Gen 5 iPod is probably the best one for this. But what I wanted to say is it is wild to me to think of kids now having to buy music if they want to do this. Like they have to buy music, not stream it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a shame that no iPod could support Apple Music, like except the iPod Touch. I wish that there could have been a transition period where like there is an iPod, like standard iPod that could support Apple Music. That would be so cool. Or if there was a way to like load streaming music. Like I remember that I don't remember this actually. I've started saying this. I'm not sure that it's correct. That there was a way. There used to be a way with Spotify that you could load Spotify music onto an iPod, and this is a thing that I'm saying, and I'm not sure is true. but I'm saying it anyway, and maybe somebody can say if I'm right. If I'm wrong, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter, because I'm not 100% sure that I'm correct. But I think that there was some kind of like, this is like very early Spotify days, right? That there was a way to sync some music to other devices. But I don't know what I'm talking about, if I'm being honest. So that's the end of that.
That's the end of that. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, I would like to know. And if you are a kid that's doing this too in school, I would just be very intrigued to hear what you're doing. Like, I just find this to be a kind of a fascinating thing to imagine kids today with iPods and just like navigating that. I get the impression that this is a trend anyway, that like people buy iPod shuffles and stuff on eBay or whatever and just use them because it's like cool. Like in the way that point and shoot cameras like cyber shots and stuff have become really popular again.
We know what the kids like.
You're in tune with them,
especially you, Steven.
Especially me. I got 2 high schoolers. Yeah. I know what's up.
You're in tune. Tot Totius is out. Stephen wrote about it. OTJ wrote about it. It's got a few features which are interesting. They sound, I don't know, maybe they're exciting if you're a Tot user. I don't mean this in a bad way, but they're just like, when I say these features, maybe they don't like on the face of it sound that great. Automatic indenting, smart bullets, and note dividers. But I expect if you're a Tot user, that kind of stuff is helpful because being able to like arrange the text that's inside of your, how many? 6?
7.
7? Like
7
the days of the
total
week?
notes, 6 or 7 notes
6 or
that
7.
you might want to keep. Having ways to kind of like format that text more easily and more automatically is probably pretty cool. Stephen, you wrote about how you use Tot on your website, and I have some questions.
Okay.
About it. I think I've asked some of these questions before because I'm always intrigued by the use of Tot, like that it is essentially a scratchpad note app that only lets you save 7 notes total. You can't have any more, and that's it, right? It's an interesting app.
Hang on.
So
hang on. Is this becoming an episode of Cortex?
Oh my God.
Cortex? It's like Cortex for kids.
I didn't even know how to respond to that.
Yeah, Federico, you did earlier say, which I enjoyed, and listeners would have heard it. I don't know if you noticed you said it. You said that you were considering the state of your workflow, and I thought that's very funny.
Well, everything I do is always on purpose.
And it's always for me.
Accidental, and it's always for you.
DTC.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that then? What's the C in this scenario?
Down to Cortex.
Down to Cortex.
Yep. Thank you. So, I'm going to run through what's on Stephen's website. So, yellow, notes from a phone call. Orange, empty. Red, iOS 26 text for pedometer. Purple, iOS 26 text for Widgetsmith. Blue, empty. Teal, a bunch of text that will be sent for the announcements for the Relay St. Jude campaign. Green, a bunch of URLs that will come in handy when helping folks with their Relay memberships. So, why does any of this information go in Tot and not somewhere else? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you have many notes apps at your disposal.
I do.
And then my next question is, do the colors mean anything? Why are some of them empty? Like, what's going on here?
Looking at the dock of my Macintosh, I have Notes, Notion, Craft.
Yeah.
And then Tot is not in the dock, but easily accessible.
Was it in the menu bar?
Just Spotlight, or Alfred, rather.
You open Tot via Alfred?
Yeah.
You don't use it in the menu bar?
No.
Isn't that like its whole thing? Is it's a menu bar?
I got 4,000 things in my menu bar because I'm a power user. So
that doesn't sound very powerful if like you have so many things in your menu bar that you want to use them or whatever.
He's typing all the names of the apps he wants to use.
Yeah. I actually ask an LLM.
That's true power.
To open
true power is just individually opening every app.
Real power is have somebody else open the app for you. If you think about it. Anyways,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason. A lot of the stuff in Tot, really, other than the membership URLs, which I just need to move to like Keyboard Maestro as a text expansion, would probably be a better way to do that. They're basically just like transient like the St. Jude text, right? I used all that this morning and I got rid of it. The iOS 26 notes I've been taking will end up in a Google Doc for other people to see. So it's just like transient kind of fast stuff, and it's great that it syncs. Like I've been using it a lot. Just like I've been running back and forth to the hardware store. Like, oh, I need this, and this from, Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. And it's like jot it down and then get rid of it when I'm done. Just a quick scratch pad kind of stuff. And I thought it would just be fun in a blog post as like a capture in time. Like that's already not the same. It's already changed because like those notes on the phone call, Myke, they were the phone call you and I had earlier today. And now those notes are gone.
Did anything get added to the yellow note from our call?
No.
Whoa, rough.
It was the relay part of the call, not the cross forward part of the call.
Okay. Did anything from our call get added to any top note today?
I wrote it in my field notes.
Okay, so no. So that's interesting, right? So you have a scratch pad, which is an actual pad that you scratch on.
Yeah.
And then you have a digital one that is only launched by Alfred.
Look, man. Look.
Yeah.
Plain text is just vibes. You can't hold me down.
Are you being in tune with the kids again?
Yeah.
So
they love Markdown.
Do they?
Kids despise rich text.
Wow.
They are worried about data portability and longevity.
Are they?
Are these kids in the room with us right now?
Sounds like the future's going to be okay.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine because the kids care about data portability.
Yeah.
You never think it. Federico, do you use Tot?
Not anymore. I used to.
He's not hot on Tot.
Tot or not?
I thought he was hot on Tot, but now he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ought
that's
to be.
What he said. Mm-hmm.
I have one thing in Tot.
Which is try Tot.
No, it's... I think I came up with this on an episode of The Pen Addict once. You know, like Occam's razor? Like, it's like,
yes.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
So this is called Myke's razor.
Okay.
Oh.
Do not attribute to malice that which could be attributed to other people not caring as much as you do about that one hyper-specific thing.
Can we workshop that a little bit? It's a little
It's
wordy.
long. It's wordy.
It's a little wordy. Yeah.
Yeah. So do not attribute to malice that which could be attributed to other people not caring as much as you do about that one hyper-specific thing. I think this is the idea that like sometimes people think like someone or a company is doing something like bad, but really they just don't care about that one thing that you care about. There you go. Look, it's episode 603 of The Pen Addict. It's the actual title of that episode in full. I remember now. This was about, okay, you ready for this really boring story you don't care about? A pen company called Lamy reissued an ink. Well, they used to have an ink called Lamy Dark Lilac that people loved, but it was a limited edition ink. And they brought out a new ink called Dark Lilac, but it was a slightly different color. And people were like furious about this, right? They were just like, could not believe that Lamy did this. How could they do this? And this is where it came from, which is like, you super care. But like, they're not doing this to spite you. They're just not thinking about it. They just have this name and they're reusing it. So that's where Myke's razor came from. And it's in top for some reason. I don't know why it's up there. There it is. It's up there. It's in orange because the Pen Addict is orange.
Obviously.
So there you go.
Nice.
I'm using top for that one hyper-specific important thing, which is Myke's razor.
Well, glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Is this all going to be cut out?
No, it's staying. It's staying.
Okay.
We do, as we wind down the show today, have a couple of important announcements we need to make.
I shouldn't have said the really boring story.
Well, I'm going to name
People
this
stop
chapter
listening.
announcements. Some people will be excited.
Oh, yeah. Some people will jump straight to this because they're going to think that the show's ending.
Honestly, we
Federico's
probably
had
should have
enough
done
of
it
us, and he's
at the top of the show.
well,
But anyways,
it'll be exciting for people next week to work out on their own.
No, they're going to think the show is ending. Next week is the Rickies, if I've done my calendaring correctly.
Yeah.
Which is horrifying. I have not thought about
Who's
them
ready
at all.
for the Rickies?
Not me. I should put my Rickies in Tot. What color?
That's a good idea.
Yellow for gold.
Yellow for gold. What does that mean?
I'm going to do it in the yellow dot because I'm going to come first.
But like, I'm going to put it in Ricky's because yellow for gold. These things are completely unconnected.
Look, Myke, as you know, as we talked about, we launched the St. Jude campaign this morning, stjude.org/relay.
Yeah.
My brain is, it's over. As the kids say, I'm cooked.
You're cooked, yes.
Next week.
I really like it if you just keep incorporating this.
He
as part
does
of your
know the
persona on the show.
lingo. That is incredible.
I just want to keep hearing you use the words.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Skibbity.
Yeah.
Next week are the Rickies, but it's not what you think, because starting next week, we are changing the day that we record Connected. We will be recording on Thursdays starting next week. And if you listen live, we will be at 11 a.m. Eastern. So a day later, but a little bit earlier in the day. So next Wednesday evening, when you're running a bath and you got the candles lit and you're looking for Connected, we're not going to be there for you. We're going to be on Thursdays. So be prepared. Change your bath schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big change.
Everyone's
that I requested, and the guys were kind enough to accommodate my request.
But then I wanted to go early. Like, it's like a whole thing. No, everyone got. Well, I don't know, Steven. Did you get anything in this?
Yeah, I actually.
No, Steven is cooked. Remember?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Steven's cooked. Yeah.
Tuesday is Mac Power Users recording, and Wednesday was Connected. It was a lot back to back. Now I have a day in between to rest.
Pen Addict listeners now know their collateral damage.
Oh, because you moved the Pen Addict?
Yeah, because so on the Pen Addict today, I did say, like, we're moving the show because I gotta, and now.
Thank you to Brad to also making this possible.
Yes, thanks to Brad. Did you see, Federico, Brad out of the blue just toot at you? You're welcome.
I saw that.
That's what this was for. He told me he was going to do that, so. That happened on the day that we announced this. If any, so people who listen to both of these shows now, you know why it's happening. So yeah, what I get. So what Federico got was moving from Wednesdays to Thursdays. What I get is recording early. Yeah, that's super great for me because I'll be home before bedtime. That's awesome. So if you're mad about this for some reason,
blame Brad.
No, you. Yeah, blame Brad. No, if you're mad about this, think about the fact that what you're saying is I can't be home in time to see my baby before she goes to bed, and that makes you a bad person.
Make people feel bad. Okay.
Well, they shouldn't be angry at it to start off, should they?
Right. Right.
But I'm saying, so if you are, there you go.
Yeah, Steven, you got any more expressions for us to sort of put a bow on all of this?
To wind down the show?
Yeah.
Well, often when youth are leaving each other, they thank the sponsors for the conversation.
Right.
Is that like thanking the bus driver?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Our thanks to Steam Clock.
That was a meme. It's an old one.
Was it a meme?
That was a meme. Yeah, it was, yeah. It was to do with Fortnite. It was a Fortnite meme.
The kids are over Fortnite, man. Come on.
They're absolutely not, Steven. They're absolutely not. They're absolutely not.
It went off the iPhone and they gave up on it. Our thanks to Steam Clock and Ecamm for sponsoring the show this week. We got lots of links for you to check out. The most important one this week, stjude.org/relay. Go donate, go sign up to fundraise. Lots of great stuff on that page. Take a moment to reflect on the score because it's glorious at the moment.
Well, it's like take a moment to reflect on it because it's going to change. Like if you want Steven to win, like now is the time to go look because it's not going to be that way at the end of the podcast-a-thon.
That's some smack talk.
Yes,
as the kids say.
Yeah.
Some hot talk.
No cap. Mm-hmm.
Hot talk.
Hot talk. You can leave feedback. Connectedfeedback.com. Feedback, follow up, questions for us. Let us know, and you can join and get Connected Pro, which is the longer ad-free version of the show that we do each and every week. And I'm getting a message in my ear. Can we toss in reminders that you can give with donor-advised funds or IRAs, etc.? Yes, we will talk about that. Thank you, Jill, who's listening live.
What are you talking about? What
Jill-
are you actually talking about?
Jill is listening live and was texting me things to say.
Okay, what are those things? Because they didn't
A
make
donor
any
advised
sense what you
fund.
just said. Okay.
If you are a type of person with a lot of money, you can give through a donor advised fund. I don't know how it works. I don't have that sort of money.
Right.
And an IRA, I think, is some sort of other type of money thing you can give out of.
This is great. This is really good. I feel like you and Jill need to have a conversation.
That's fine.
To really flesh out this.
No, I think I nailed it.
information.
Honestly,
Yeah. Okay.
Look,
really,
there's
it was me.
info
I
on the
shouldn't have brought
landing
it up.
page. Go to
Yeah.
stjude.org/relay. There's lots of information there. And I think, honestly, really importantly for our audience, a lot of companies will match donations. So
Yes.
if you work for a big tech company, if you work for Mac Stories, if you work for anybody, ask about it.
So wait. So is Federico matching John's?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, Federico agreed. So John, give as much as
I
you
bet
can.
John
Federico will
has a
match it.
donor advised fund. He was a lawyer.
Mm.
Anyways, if you want more of us, if you're still here for some reason, I don't know. Federico is the editor-in-chief of MacStories.net, home of the One True John and many other fine writers and podcasters. Myke.
Number one selling point of Mac Stories now.
Myke hosts
where
a bunch
John
of other
lives.
shows here on Relay. I want to point out, Myke, seriously, your most recent episode of State of the Workflows on Cortex was awesome. With
Thank you.
Simone
Go on.
Yetch.
You nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it was. I've loved her stuff for years. It was so great to hear from her. You did a great job. And Myke is blogging at theenthusiast.net,
Blogging, baby.
of course. I co-host Mac Power Users here on Relay, and I write 512pixels.net. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week on our new day on Thursday. So until then, guys, say goodbye.
Arrivederci.
Cheerio.
Bye, y'all.